fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo, Silver, the Lone Ranger. With his faithful Indian companion Tonto, the masked rider of the plains led the fight for law and order in the early western United States. The stories of his strength and courage, his daring and resourcefulness have come down to us through the generations, and nowhere in the pages of history can one find a greater champion of justice. Return with us now to those thrilling days of yesteryear. From out of the past come the thundering hoofbeats of the great horse Silver. The Lone Ranger rides again.
Come on, Silver. There's danger on the trail ahead. Hi-yo, Silver! Forward!
The Lone Ranger and Tonto, riding along the ridge, heard the distant crack of a heavy caliber rifle.
Right up, Tonto. Whoa there. Whoa, gun. Whoa.
Oh, fella. You hear it?
Yes, a rifle and a heavy one. Somewhere in the valley down there.
Maybe near Edger River.
Another. There's no hunting around here. The rifle means one of two things. Someone is signaling for help or someone is getting shot at.
Wait. We watch valley.
Third shot will mean they need help.
We not hear third shot.
Wouldn't be hard for a man to get lost in this country.
Oh, this not far from town.
I know, Tonto. There are a lot of newcomers in town. Population of Goose Creek has tripled in the last few weeks. Some of the Easterners are likely to get lost if they travel 10 miles out of town.
You wait.
What is it, Kemosabe?
Me hear other sound. Sound of axe and wood.
Yes, Tonto.
Wait. Maybe we get location of sound.
2 rifle shots followed by an axe on wood. What would that mean?
Me not know yet. Maybe we...
What do you see, Tonto?
We ride downhill, right to edge of water. See what there. Get 'em up, Scout.
Come on, Silver. You see those chips of wood floating on the water from the ridge up there?
Me see something floating water. Me go get 'em. Get 'em up, Scout. Me got chip of wood. Get 'em up, Scout.
We don't hear the axe now, Tonto.
Not right. But you take a look. This chip come from plenty big tree. Heavy wood tree.
Somewhere upstream.
If we go that way, we find who chopped tree and find why rifle get fired.
We're heading toward town anyway. We might as well investigate.
We see chips of wood and stream after rifle shot.
Otto, the man who chopped this wood knew how to handle an axe.
That's right.
And his axe was mighty sharp. A dull axe won't take this much out of a hardwood tree. Let's get upstream. Come on, Silver.
Come on, Scout.
While the Lone Ranger and Tonto rode upstream, heading toward Goose Creek, the sheriff sat in his office with a deputy and a woman from the east.
I'll tell you, Mrs. Porter, if your husband had been in Goose Creek for anything like a year, I'd have known about it. So would Jim Tucker. Wouldn't you, Jim?
Well, he sure would. Up to a few weeks ago, he knew every man, woman, child, and dog in the 40-mile radius.
I came all the way from the east. I was sure I could find out something about him. Mr. Lambert thought so, too.
Lambert? I reckon he must be a newcomer, too, huh?
Yes, he came here a few days before I did. He thought he'd traced my husband to Goose Creek.
Doggone it all, Mrs. Porter. I'm sure sorry you had this trip for nothing. Now, if you was a man, you might be able to stake a claim like the others are doing. Dig for gold.
I expect you're sort of stranded here now, huh?
Well, not exactly.
Now, Mrs. Porter, you're not the type of woman to be happy in a place of this sort. I can see that. If you want to go back to the East, I can fix it with a stage company. We'll take up a collection for expense money.
Thank you, Sheriff. You're very kind.
We'll tend to it right away. Jim, you see...
Well, Sheriff, I don't need money.
We'll let the boys know... What's that?
I don't need money.
You don't? You mean you got enough money to get back?
Oh, yes.
That's different. Most folks come here flat broke. If they don't need cash, they stay in the East.
Well, I didn't come here to strike it rich, you see. I came to find my husband.
Sure. I can see it now.
I'll fix up a reservation on the next stage, Mrs. Porter.
Oh, no, please don't.
You want to take care of it yourself, then?
Well, I'm not sure that I'll return to the East.
No?
I think I'll stay here for a time in case there's some information about my husband.
His name was Henry, huh?
Yes, Henry Porter.
Never been anyone by that name around here. I'm dead sure of it.
He might have changed his name. Here's a picture of him. A tintype he had made in St. Louis.
Take a look, Jim.
I never saw anyone like this.
He sure is a prosperous-looking gent in this picture.
He was quite well-to-do.
And came west?
Yes. Look at this, Sheriff. Have you ever seen this watch chain?
No, can't say as I have. Have you, Jim?
Let me see it.
It's a heavy one. Solid gold,
It
too.
was my husband's. He wore it when he left home.
Well, how'd you get
You
it?
see, here it has his name on it. And the name of our home, Fair Gardens, Virginia. Someone must have found it and sent it to me there. It came from Goose Creek's post office. That's why Mr. Lambert and I came here.
Doggone strange. Doggone strange. How'd it get here?
The Lone Ranger and Tonto, riding upstream, came to the place where a large tree had been felled on the bank.
Oh, Silver. Oh, Scout. Oh, fella. Oh, fella.
A keen axe lay on the ground near the partially trimmed tree.
Steady. Look around here, Tonto. Someone left in a hurry.
That's right. Him leave axe here.
Brand new axe at that. And here's a coil of rope.
Me take look this way. You want to find... Kimasabi, look here.
What is it?
Fella here in ground. Him dead.
Yes. Pretty certain he was shot. We'll see if he was hit once or twice.
We hear 2 shots.
He must have been shot right here. There are his footprints on the bank. He was walking upstream.
That's right.
He was shot here. He had to be shot at close range. The trees come close to the bank, and they're thick. One bullet struck him, Tonto. Just one.
First bullet missing.
I wonder who
Get your hands up and keep them there.
Where's that?
There's just a warning.
All right, our hands are up. Come out where we can see you.
You think I'm loco?
Well, what do you want?
Face the river and keep facing that way.
We make jumper, fella.
Not now, Tonto.
That's it. Just keep your faces that way if you don't want to get shot full of holes. You and where's the mask? I reckon you're an outlaw to start with. There'll be no one sorry to find you dead. Don't make a move or I'll let you have it.
Try and remember that voice, Tonto.
Tonto do it.
I think he's moving away.
Let me hear him.
How long are we to stand this way? He's gone, Tonto.
Now we go after him.
Get to the saddle. Steady, big fella.
Be ready.
Come on, Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
Can't make any time in this woods.
We follow trail. Him go this way.
He had a horse in the woods. He's riding now.
Me hear him. Him go that way.
That man is a murderer. There's no doubt about that.
That's right.
Now, which way now? Can you see any tracks?
Me see him. This way.
Look, Kimasabi, in the clearing. Over there beneath that pine. Another man sprawled on the ground.
Maybe that fellow dead from other shot we hear.
Come on, Silver. Hold there, Wolver.
Hold, fella.
This man's alive, Tonto. Help me. Help me. Steady there. You're all right.
Him not hit with bullet.
Don't hit me again. I won't tell anyone. This man's an Easterner, Tonto. Look at the clothes he's wearing. Who hit you?
Man. Old man. Had a heavy beard.
Here, take a drink of water. You're not badly hurt.
Thanks, stranger. Mask.
We're here to help you. We were following the man who knocked you down.
I don't know who he was. Let me have some more water.
Sure, here.
Oh, that's good. Thank you.
Now, tell us what the man looked like.
What did he do?
He shot a man over near the creek.
Dead?
Yes.
I think he would have shot me, too, if I'd resisted at all. I don't know how long I've been here.
Who are you?
My name is Lambert. I've only been here for a short time. I came from the east.
Yes, I know.
I've been staying in town, Goose Creek. But you, who are you?
For the time being, just call me friend. Now sit up, but don't try to stand for a little while.
Oh, my head feels as if it would burst.
Did the man hit you on the head?
I guess so.
Now, forget the fact that I wear a mask. Tell me what you know.
I was coming through the woods. I left town to take a hike. Didn't know how far I'd come. I guess I'd lost my way.
Yes?
Well, this man was sitting here, somewhere near this tree. I came up to him to ask the way back to Goose Creek. Then he came over close to me, looked at me. I felt that he was insane. There was a wild glint in his eyes.
Then what did he do?
Well, he asked me to look around and back of me. I did so, and that's all I remember.
You must have been unconscious for a long time.
I wouldn't know.
How was the man dressed?
Well, he wore a blue shirt, black trousers tucked into his boots, an old battered black hat, and he carried a short rifle. He had a thick black beard and a big mustache. But it was his eyes. They were wild, staring. I'm sure the man was insane.
What kind of a horse did he have?
Well, it was black. That's about all I know about it.
Tonto, we can't be in 3 places at the same time.
That's right.
One of us will have to take this man back to Goose Creek. The other should examine the scene of the crime or follow the killer's trail.
Me study scene of crime, huh? Maybe find sign there.
All right, and I'll take this man to town. I'll send the sheriff out. Leave things as they are until he gets there. Maybe he'll know who the dead man is.
Me go now. Get him up, Scout.
Try standing up.
I'll try. Let me lean on you.
All right, come on. Can you ride?
A little.
You ride with me. Come on, I'll help you to the saddle.
Can your horse carry both of us?
Yes. Now, up you go.
Oh, my head's splitting.
Steady, big fella. There. Come on, sir.
In Goose Creek, the Lone Ranger helped Lambert from the saddle. Then, mounting again, he headed for the office of the sheriff.
Brother Silver, hold, steady.
He's masked. Come on, Jim. The critter's wearing the mask. Come with your 6-gun ready.
Hold on, Sheriff. I'm here to take you to the scene of a murder.
Who'd you kill?
I've got you covered. Don't make a sudden move.
This mask doesn't mean that I'm an outlaw, but you'll let a killer escape if you don't come with me. I'll show you where the body is.
You'd better take this shooting iron serious, stranger.
You won't shoot, Deputy. Come on, Silver.
I ain't get all, Sheriff.
Saddle up, Jim. We've got to go after that hombre and find out what he's talking about.
Knowing the lawman would follow, the masked rider trotted his horse downstream until he rejoined Tonto. He was several minutes ahead of the sheriff and deputy.
Oh, Silver, steady. Ooh. What have you found out, Tonto?
Oh, me find plenty sign. Here where tree chopped down. And here where fella fall dead. And here, rope.
Yes?
Killer plan to tie dead man to trunk of tree. Send him long way downstream.
There are no settlements for a long ways downstream.
That right. Maybe fella never be found. Only Indian in downstream country.
And the killer was afraid someone in Goose Creek would recognize the dead man, then associate him with the man who shot him.
Maybe that right.
Yeah, the sheriff is on his way here.
That good.
That Easterner told me what the killer looked like, so he shouldn't be hard to find. Wonder who this poor fellow is.
Me find faint track on ground. Him walk here from downstream in Indian country.
He did? Can we follow his back trail?
Maybe. Here, you look at boot. Red clay on boot.
Red clay. That's a good lead.
Me know where red clay can be found. It long way from here. 3-day walk downstream.
3 days of walking, but we'll ride it before night. That's the sheriff and his deputy.
Can we wait here?
No, the sheriff didn't recognize me, and I don't want to lose time answering a lot of questions. If we don't follow the back trail before night, the dew might wipe it out.
Steady, Scout, steady.
Hey there! You hold on now! I want to talk with you!
Come on, Tonto.
Get him up, Scout.
Come on, Silver.
Hey there! Rein up! Stop him, Jim!
You stop there! Stop, I tell you! Sheriff, I saw the dead man back there.
I want that masked man. He's the one I want. Keep riding after him till we get him.
The curtain falls on the first act of our Lone Ranger story. Before the next exciting scenes, please permit us to pause for just a few moments. now to continue our story. Riding downstream, the Lone Ranger and Tonto raced ahead of the sheriff and his deputy.
Come on, Silver!
The great horse, Silver, had to be held back so Scout could stay alongside. But even so, the lawmen were soon outdistanced.
Easy, boy, easy, Silver. Otto, I think the trail of that man can be found again when we get to the red clay banks. We'll keep going till we get there.
Not good.
If the sheriff won't take the dead man back to Goose Creek, we will. Come on, Silver.
Get him up, Scout.
Oh, Silver, whoa,
Scout,
steady, whoa.
oh. Injun Tom live on Red Clay Bank. Their shack yonder.
Maybe he'll know something about the dead man, Tonto. We'll go and ask him.
Him live like hermit plenty long time.
Yes, I've heard about him. Come on. At least there's someone in the shack. There's a fire in the fireplace.
Not right.
Steady, big fella. There's Indian Tom sitting in the doorway.
Look. Him smoke pipe.
Not an Indian pipe either.
Welcome, strangers, to the home of the hermit.
Tonto, the way he's talking.
How, Tom?
Make yourselves at home. There's food, water, and rest.
Tom, we want to have a talk with you.
The Lone Ranger and Tonto were amazed when the hermit Indian spoke in a cultured voice, unlike anything the masked man had heard from the lips of a red man. Meanwhile, the sheriff and his deputy rode into town with their grim burden. Evening found them at the hotel talking to Mrs. Porter.
We sure was surprised, Mrs. Porter. When we got to the scene of the crime after chasing that masked man, we found out that he wasn't a crook at all.
The masked man wasn't?
Not by a jugful. There was a silver bullet beside the body of the poor critter we picked up. A silver bullet. That means it was the Lone Ranger that was there.
Yeah, we should have known who he was when we saw that white horse and heard it called Silver.
We should have, but I never thought the Lone Ranger'd come to a place like this.
Anyhow, Mrs. Porter, the sheriff and I thought it was a good idea to bring the fellow here for a decent burial and to see if anyone knowed him.
He didn't look anything like the picture you showed us, Mrs. Porter.
Oh, I'm sure it couldn't have been my husband. But Mr. Lambert will find out.
Yeah, he should be getting back by this time. It ain't but a hop, skip, and jump to the coroner's office.
It was fine of Mr. Lambert to offer to go when he'd been through such a harrowing experience today.
Mm-hmm.
His head was aching frightfully. He must have suffered a terrible blow.
Sheriff, come with me, hurry.
Oh, what's the matter?
Mrs. Porter, you've got to get away from Goose Creek. This place isn't fit for you, the things that happen here.
Mr. Lambert, what has happened?
What's the matter with you, Lambert?
The man I went to see to try to identify, to make sure he was not Mr. Porter. He's gone.
Gone where?
I don't know.
He sure couldn't have walked away.
The rear of the coroner's place had been broken into. The body was missing. No signs of anyone around there.
Oh, Juniper. Jim, I sure wish that Lone Ranger was here now. This thing is getting beyond me.
Who did you say?
The Lone Ranger. I reckon you never heard of him, Mr. Lambert.
Oh, wait. I'll go with you. Mrs. Porter, I'll rejoin you soon.
Yes, Mr. Lambert.
Who is the Lone Ranger?
Well, he's the one that brought you into town, Lambert, on that white horse of his.
Oh,
The coroner's place is right down here, a couple of doors. Are you sure you got to the right place, Lambert?
of course I did.
Maybe the Lone Ranger will be coming back. If he does, I'll bet you he'll get to the truth of things. If the stories I've heard him are right.
Oh, there's the coroner's.
The front door is still unlocked, Sheriff. I didn't lock it because I knew we'd be coming right back. Here's the key you loaned me.
Thanks.
Did you leave the lamp going?
Yes.
Is everything just as you left it here?
Yes, it seems to be.
Not much we can do tonight. We'll hunt for tracks around the rear of the place when morning comes.
You think this Lone Ranger will be here?
Maybe he's in town right now. Sometimes he wears a disguise, so they say.
You can bet your neck he'll be here if there's unfinished business, won't he, Sheriff?
Yeah, I reckon he will be. If he's not here now, he'll be heading this way.
Made good time, Tonto. All the way back here before midnight.
That plenty fast ride.
Whoa there, Silver. Whoa, boy. Whoa.
Hi there, mister. Is that a horse named Silver?
Yes. Why?
And you're the gent, no question about it. Got a message for you. I was told to watch for you.
Who gave it to you?
I don't know him. Never saw him before.
Well, what's the message?
Are you looking for a man with a black beard?
What do you know about him?
I know where he can be located.
Where?
Camped alongside a campfire that's likely burned low by this time. South of town, where the creek runs through the gorge. He's at the bottom of the gorge, camping like I said.
Thanks.
You ride to the bridge. You'll see the fire. If there's anything left of it.
We're not through yet, Silver. More riding, big fella. Come on.
Get him up, Scout.
Here's the bridge, Tonto. Oh, Silver, steady,
Oh, Scout, oh, fella, oh. They'll light a small fire.
There's a camp of some sort down there, Kimosabe.
Me not see, feller. Maybe him sleep in blanket.
Steady, big fella. We'll go down into the gorge.
We leave Silver and Scout here.
Yes, Tonto.
Plenty dark here.
Yes. Stay there, Silver. I'll go ahead, Tonto. You bring up the rear.
You watch step. Side of gorge, plenty rocky.
It's a wonder we haven't wakened the killer. Man below is still asleep. You can see him roll in these blankets. There. Let me have a look at him. Tonto, something's the matter up at the rim. Silver's trying to warn us. Get that man in the blankets and go up. You're covered, mister. Don't make a move.
Me get him. Here, fella with whiskers.
Tonto, wait.
Him dead.
Yes, he's
Up there. There, fella.
firing on us. Can't shoot at him. He's right in front of Silver. Here, back of this rock.
I'll get you. Ain't no chance of getting away.
He knows we can't fire on him, Tonto. We'd hit Silver.
That's right.
Come on with your hands higher, I'll drill you.
Don't answer.
No.
Keep back of the rock, Tonto. I'm going to take another look at the dead man.
Me take a look. You stay here.
No, keep watching the man above. He's firing as fast as he can load.
That bullet hit rock.
I'll creep over just a few yards. Fire a shot over the head of the horses to keep his attention.
Tonto, do it.
Tonto, just as I thought.
What that?
That man on the rim is the one who held a gun on us before.
Him got same voice.
And he's a poor shot. I'm going up there to get him.
No, me go.
I examined the dead man. I know the answer now. Stay here and keep that fella busy. I'll go after him.
I'll get you now. I see you climbing up here.
You can't shoot straight enough to get me. I'm coming after you.
Throw down your gun and get your hands up. I'll drill you.
Fire away. You can't hit anything. It took 2 shots to kill the man you ambushed.
You'll see.
You think my horse will keep me from firing? You're wrong. I'll show you. Silver, hoy! Now I can have a clear shot.
My hand.
That ends your rifle shooting for good. Come on, Tonto. He's on the run.
You won't get me. You won't get me.
There, Silver. Steady, boy. That's it, boy. After him now. Stop running or I'll rope you. All right, then I'll have to use the rope. There. Oh, Silver. Oh, back. Back, big fella, back. Now we'll head for town and have the showdown.
I can't imagine what the masked man had to tell, but your deputy said it would be a great surprise to me.
Yeah, Mrs. Porter, I sure reckon it will be.
Where's the Lone Ranger now?
He's out back of the office with Jim. That's my deputy, you know.
Oh, yes.
He'll be right in. I think this is the gent now.
I'll be through in a few minutes, Tonto. Have the horses ready.
Them ready now.
Mrs. Porter, I think we know the story now. You came here because you received a watch chain that belonged to your husband.
That's right.
But we never saw her husband around here.
He lived near here, though. He lived with Indian Tom.
The Indian hermit?
Yes. You see, he found peace and happiness in that life. He taught Indian Tom English and grammar, Latin and mathematics, a lot of other things. In appearance, he changed a lot.
Yes.
In the meantime, he knew he had left you with plenty of money, which was being watched for you by Mr. Lambert. Isn't that the case?
Yes, Mr. Lambert had charge of my money.
The years went on, and your husband wanted to see you again. He sent a letter in the watch chain, but you never saw the letter.
No, I saw no letter.
It was mailed with the watch chain. Oh. When he didn't hear from you, he thought you didn't want to see him again. Then he heard that you'd come here, and he sent you a note. Indian Tom brought the note to your lawyer, Mr. Lambert.
I didn't see that note.
No, because Lambert didn't show it to you. Lambert disguised himself and went out to meet and kill your husband.
No.
He was a splendid hand with an axe, but a poor shot with a rifle. To conceal the death, he was going to send your husband's body downstream on a log. Then he heard me coming. He took off the disguise and let me find him, making me think he'd been attacked by the man he described.
Jumping juniper, it all fits like a glove.
I can't believe this of Mr. Lambert. Why should he do such a thing?
He didn't want you to identify your husband, so I moved him away from here. He got word to me, sending me to the gorge. He put a disguise on your husband, planning to kill me and kill Tonto. Then tell you, Sheriff, that we had been shot in a fight with a dead man. You were to think we had killed him. The description would tally with the one given by Lambert. You'd think you had caught the man who was the killer instead of the man who was killed.
How'd you know all this?
Well, part of it's theory. But I don't think you'll find a better explanation. Bring Lambert in here.
Bring him in, Jim.
Coming. Get in there, you coyote.
Mr. Lambert.
How about it, Lambert? You care to confess?
What's there to lose? Might as well admit it.
It was you who tried to talk like a Western outlaw when you stood behind me at the edge of Goose Creek.
Yes,
And you stole the letters Porter sent to his wife.
I admit it.
Now I understand. I came into the hall of my home as you held that watch chain in your hand. You had to show it to me.
You saw it, yes.
You'd already hidden the letter that came with it.
Yes.
Why, Lambert?
Gambling? I'd misused the money. I couldn't have accounted for it. I knew that if Porter came back, he'd want an accounting. I thought, well, I hoped that I could marry Mrs. Porter if her husband never returned, and then I wouldn't have to account.
Of all the ornery polecats. You'll hang for this.
Oh, no, I won't.
Hey, stop him!
Hold on.
Me, stop him!
Good work, Redskin.
Not run now.
I'll get him roped before he comes conscious.
Well, that's all there is for us to do, Sheriff.
Oh, but wait. Let me show my appreciation.
Thank
to
you, Mrs. Porter. You can do that by helping people here.
Oh,
Adios.
But wait. Sheriff, he's gone.
He wouldn't take thanks, ma'am.
What did he mean, helping people here?
Well, I reckon we need ladies of your sort here mighty bad. But this isn't the place for you.
I do want to stay here. Here where poor Henry had lived. In the country he loved.
Mrs. Porter, maybe we got some bad hombres, all right. But nothing as sneaking and scheming as that coyote on the floor.
You may have some bad hombres, Sheriff, but you also have some very fine ones.
Hi-yo, Silver! Away!
The story you have just heard is a copyrighted feature of the Lone Ranger Incorporated.
You've been listening to the OTR Gold Network. Find more classic radio at otrgold.com.